I feel like I'm swallowing hard. Watermelon. Hey, my friend. Hey, atmosphere. What's going on, guns? Gary! No, I'm just kidding. Wait a minute, where's my manners? Bust it down, Brown. Hey, hey, bust it down, Brown. Bust it, bust it, bust it down, Brown. Bust it, bust it, bust it down, Brown. Sitting in my car, eating some wings. Said, let me go live with Gary and them. Bust it, bust it. So I went to the Wingstop for the first time today. Is that weird? I feel like I'm the last African American person to go to Wingstop. I really do. Hey, Sickle. I like lemon pepper. I got the Hawaiian. I should have just got all lemon pepper because this lemon pepper is busting like busted down brown. Boots in the building. As y'all know, I call him Boots because they named him the lieutenant. Like boots on the ground. I know people probably wonder that when I be putting in the chat. Like, who the hell is Boots? Y'all cute. So how's everybody's day going today? Before I start talking about myself and all this good stuff first, I want to know that you guys are okay. How are you guys doing this beautiful Thursday, chilly afternoon for me? Pulse check. How you feeling, Watermelon? Are you here today? Are you more than here? Don't everybody answer at the same time. I think this weather trying to get me sick too, y'all. I gotta go to the store. I'm about to buy a whole bunch of medicine. Cause ain't no way. You are what? CR. What's that? Or did you like hit send before you finish the sentence? We gonna change your comment by the end of this story. No, I was kidding. I already know you ready for the weekend. Time to drink. Well, I was like, shoot, I'm about to follow the flow with most people because I never really thought about. Only thing I ever think about November is when the guys come up with no shave. I really didn't think about it in the sense of saying no. I think no is a powerful word that we can use at any given moment and that we should use when necessary. I think a lot of people get caught up not wanting to say no, and then they're in a space where it's like everybody always wants something from me. Everybody always expect this of me. Everybody calls me, and what do I do when I'm the strong one? Well, you wasn't really that strong. You just didn't choose to say no. For me, no is a complete sentence. Can you know? Cannot know? Will you know? Hell no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. I think that's how we keep our peace and our sanity. You know, the word wouldn't be part of the human vocabulary. That is one of the first words a kid learns to say, probably after mama and daddy, and probably in between one of the two. No feels good in it. And it's really like, it's not a bad thing. And I think that's all I'm saying. It's like, we can have a list of things we saying no to this month and for the rest of our lives if we want to, but we gonna celebrate November as the month we gonna say no to Those things that don't benefit us, those things that don't speak life to us, those things that don't carry us to the next step, those things that lead us away from God, those things that get on our nerves, those people that apply to all those no's, those situations, anything you don't want, we need to start saying no. Don't say yeah because you got a good heart. Don't say yeah just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. The pain is worse on the other side. After all them yeses and still don't have no respect on the end of it. Or you depleted. You're stuck in a rut. And it's because you could never say no to a lot of people. Like me, I'm a person, you can't, like, I don't give people rides. Like, man, you got to catch me in a huge space of nice to get me to come and pick you up and take you somewhere. I don't even like going to pick people up, like when we going out together somewhere, because I just like to be able to go when I get ready to. But that was like one of the first things that I found the greatest pleasure in saying no to. Hey, can you take me to the? No, I don't feel like it. And it wasn't no other reason. I don't feel like it. People ain't gonna pay you the right gas money anyway. They just want you to take them. But I think that we all should start putting the list together of some things we're gonna start saying no to, that we probably should have been saying no to for a long time now. You know, it's like taking back a piece of something that you've been giving away for free, in a sense. You gonna buy me some Swishers? No, I was kidding. Now, if you want to go to the corner store, and we live like on the same block, or I live around the corner, even when they offer gas money, because they're handing you like $7, that ain't even a pay me like you pay Uber. But I think that we don't realize how what's the word I'm looking for? How harmful it is not to say no sometimes. Because sometimes we say yes when we don't have the capacity to operate in that thing we should have said no to. And that's why we become overwhelmed. That's why we get frustrated. Because you never had the capacity to complete that task at hand. It wasn't for us to do. And when we don't say no and we put ourselves in a position to do something that we was not supposed to do, it beats you up. It definitely beats you up. The one thing I know about my church, like in serving, like far as doing I'm an usher, a greeter, those things. As far as doing that, they would always encourage anybody who was serving on any ministry. If at any time you didn't want to do something, all they asked was not to wait till the last minute. But what they told us is say, hey, today I don't think I had the capacity to fill this task. I'm going to sit this one out. And I think that taught me a good thing about no. It ain't that I couldn't have said no, but I like the way they had us to say it. I don't have the capacity. Because when your friend calls you and say, girl, guess what? And what do you think I should do? You know what, hon? I really don't feel like I'm equipped for that answer. I don't have the capacity to help you right now. I'm going to suggest you pray. How many times do we override that and start trying to help a person solve their issue just because they asked? And most of the time, we don't know what to tell them because we be having enough problems trying to figure our own stuff out, let alone help somebody else with theirs. That's why you heard me that and one night when my sister was on here, and I told her, I said, I remember that time I came over her house talking about calling myself gonna pray. You know, the thing I should have told her was, you can pray, but you know, Big Sis gonna come pray. Halfway through it, I just stopped, like, and I got out of there because I'm like, I ain't about to be getting beat down trying to pray something that I might not have the capacity to fight against, because I don't know what kind of stuff this person might be dealing with. And if I ain't got the ability to fight against those things that's gonna start coming against me, I should have said no. That's why I'm real selective when someone says, "Can you pray for me?" Because that's a huge job, you know. It's not a just, oh yeah, I can pray for you. You should really pray, like, what do I need to pray? You been and prayed and all them old things that's trying to get them start coming after you, like, what you trying to do? Mess up mom direction. You would say start singing the song, huh? Bust it down. Yeah, I ain't did nothing. I did a couple of runs on Uber. And I went and got this chicken. What else I do? I done drove all over Virginia Beach. I done been everywhere except for like right at Oceanfront. I done been a couple of blocks away from Oceanfront, but I didn't go like on Ocean Drive. I done been from the Ruta to the Tuda, I think, of this whole area. I'm starting to get familiar. And I'm sitting here doing this live right now in the parking lot from my new house that I'm going to get. I just felt led to come and sit here in this lot and talk to y'all. Because on the other side of that, no, we're going to be doing in November. We're going to be talking about now. What's going to be happening now? I don't want to be talking about what's happening next, what I'm thinking about next year, what I need to happen now. I don't think anything wrong with saying, all right, I got this need. I need this to happen now. Not a want, Gary. No, I was kidding. But those things that we truly do need, that's going to help us to sustain. Not this frivolous anythings that I need to happen now. Now I need this place so that I can get established and build the way I want to build. Now I need to find a beauty salon to work in so I can get back into the flow of doing the things that I want to do in the hair game. Now, not next month. Now, I do believe some things are of urgency. There are things that we need to put up like a red alert out on. You know that commercial? They'd be like, "I need my money and I need it now." I'm with sis. I need my money and I need it now. Honestly, I need a whole miracle right now. I need God to give me some things now, expeditiously, in my TI voice. And I believe him for it. I believe him for it. I'm on a whole new journey. I ain't leave him, and he ain't never leaving me. He know what I need now, and it's going to happen. But I don't think that sometimes we're even bold enough to speak what we need now. We'll speak about it in the sense of the lacking side of it, but we don't speak about it in the sense of it actually happened. No, I wouldn't do hair from my house to build clientele. Because, number one, it's illegal as far as the state board. We're not supposed to do hair out of our house. People just do it. Number two, I don't want all them people spirits coming up in my home, knowing where I live at. That's my safe place. So I don't have a lot of souls coming in and out of my house. Man, I told you, my last apartment, 2 people knew where I lived at. Maybe, well, it was a little more because I did end up doing hair at home for a couple people though. Very selective. I don't know anybody here to open my home to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's a no for me. And plus, I don't like doing hair in the house because people, when you do hair in the house, they think they're supposed to get comfortable. They want to have it, take the shoes off. They think they're supposed to bring the kids, and Then that overhead is you. My water bill might only be $15, but if I start doing hair there, that's gonna incur me another probably $25. Mm-mm. No, that'd be like Cardi B rapping for free. And then I am new to this area. Who the heck I'm had come to my house? No. And then I need to be in a public space where I can, when you build clientele, because, like I said, in the house, you do have to be selective. I can't just let anybody that inquires about their hair come to my home. Versus if I'm in a salon, I got walk-ins coming. Anybody can come there. So that's not, no. Like, no. I'm real funny. I still run my house as if my kids are 3 and 4 and living with me. I don't allow people in my home like that. I gotta really, really trust you. And and then when I do, it'd be like you come up on the weekend as if my kids there all weekend and they go in the grandmama house. Like I literally still operate the same way I did when my kids were little. But that's my safety space. I'm single. I don't live at home, so it ain't nobody I can be calling like, "Hey, something happened." Well, here it'll be a little bit better, but heck no. I pay rent to walk around bucket naked. No, I'm just kidding. And I need that now. But that was the biggest thing that I was coming to talk about is the importance of saying no and the importance of demanding now. If we have power in our mouth, then we need to use the power to invoke those 2 words. When you want it, now. Can I have that? No. Feels good. What? Face blue, 3 eye. What's that? Face blue, 3 eye. Huh? I'm like, huh? Y'all, I went home at like 10 o'clock last night. When I say I be out in the morning, I actually slept in a little bit today. I got out of probably about like 10:30 instead of 10 o'clock. I've been chilling though. I was talking to my daughter earlier. I think my uncle's gonna be transitioning soon. My daddy's oldest brother. So he's the last of the 3. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't have one of those. I got that gland in the back of my brain, whatever that section is called, a pituitary gland, pituitary something. But I don't subscribe to that third after. To each his own, but I don't. Only Holy Spirit. I got 2 eyes. Yeah, it's one of them things where it's not a question of if, it was just when. My dad, he was first, and then the youngest brother passed away almost a year ago. And then now my uncle, the oldest one, is about to. His blood is septic. I'll tell you, I'm pretty sure my uncle ready. This man done beat COVID in his. I think he might be 80 or close to it. He done beat COVID like 3 times. I think cancer like 2 times. Let me tell you. He should be celebrating right now. And I do believe that when people lose the people that are closest to them, it always, they're always sad, and I'm pretty sure he's sad with his two little brothers gone. Yeah, me too. Watermelon. Me too. I think I don't really feel like my dad had a painful transition. I think he was at peace a lot, especially at the end, because he was just kind of like his vitals just stayed the same for a whole week. They were low, but they had came up and they stayed there for like a week. And shit, we pretty much almost talked to him till he went. But like after we got off the video call and stuff with him, it was about 30 minutes later they called and said he had passed on. But I think that was that thing because I was reassuring him we're gonna be okay and that he's good. Um, my uncle had something going on with his heart for a long time, so I guess it just didn't. After a while, eventually it was going to come to that, and I don't think that he had a rough time going either. So that's always and they live full lives. You know what I'm saying? Like to make it into your 70s and 80s, that's a full life. That's a full life. And to be kicking cancer's ass. My dad, when he ended up passing from cancer, he had beat it at least once. So those are just those things that now I have to make sure that I'm checked and for certain things, certain ways. But you know what? Every day I think about it. I say, you know what? I got to do this so big. If for nothing else, for my daddy. Woo. Not saying not for my mama, but I'm just saying for my daddy. Cause that man always said he didn't never like doubt or question if me and my sister was okay. He would always just say, "I raised smart girls." Even though I think that was a little bit cocky, cause it was some stuff he could have told me. Like these Negroes ain't shit. Yeah, and and what more can we ask for to live a full life? What's considered to be a full life. That's why I say I got what? I'll be 51. I pray to God he give me at least that. But since I have it right now, I need to make the most of it. I need to not sit here and do minimal. I need to not sit here and have these dreams and ideas and not actually put them into action. Now it's time to activate those things. It's not time to just sit there and looking at all your gifts. That day I was sitting in my shop and I was sitting here like, oh yeah, I got this jewelry, I got clothes, and I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. You holding thousands of dollars. What's the problem? Now I got to figure out how to push this stuff because I don't need to hold on to it. And it's the season. Hey, Anita, it's the season. Some of the stuff that we have access to now, we sitting there staring it in its face and too scared to act on it. Too scared to pick it up. Too scared to try. We can sit here and say now till we blue in the face, but if we don't put no action behind that now, it ain't gonna happen anyway. It's faith. You can call it now faith if you want to. If God's time is not our time, we can think it's gonna happen in 30 days. It might happen right now, today. I believe like that. That's why I'm sitting outside these apartments, because that's where I live. I live there now. It might take till the 31st for me to move in of December, but I live there. Remember them other apartments I told you? I told y'all yesterday I found them apartments. It felt crazy over there. Mm-mm. That's one thing I won't do again is ignore those feelings. Sometimes you get that, we call it gut feeling, and then we ignore it. Mm-mm. I'm saying no to ignoring the gut feeling. Because when you ignore your gut feeling, all hell break loose. Hey, Letitia. All hell break loose when you ignore the gut feeling. They say God speaks to us all different kinds of ways. Some people hear audibly, some people in dreams, some people by way of other people, sometimes through a song, sometimes through a street sign. Go figure, I get up off this live yesterday after Gary in my chat talking about the walls of Jericho, and then I turned right onto a street called Jericho Road, I think it was, and drove right back down that street again today. So my neighborhood, that's what it is. In my driving, I always end right back up right here in this area where I'm at. No matter what. Whenever I'm out driving, I always end up in the same area. I'm going in the same circles. Come on, man. I bet if I count right now, I could probably count 7 times I done passed this place. Ain't no telling. I just ain't been counting. Ain't no telling. But I know it's for a reason. Inspiration. Horizon Way. The choices. Come on, man. I don't know. Some people don't look that deep into things, but I do. I'm a signs and symptom type of person. Hey, double. I used to always be like, oh, that might be a sign. I don't do that no more. I was like, that's a sign. This means something. Let me figure this out. I can't ignore those things anymore because it happens too much. That's a sign. Well, what that sign mean? Shoot. We just gonna keep on saying that's a sign till we green in the face? That's a sign. That means something. Do we ever find out what it means? All I know is I'm not ignoring it. I'm pretty sure all of us have those instances where we get that little nudge or that little gut feeling and we be like, dang, should I? Yeah, you should. Not for no nonsense. Y'all know what I mean. I think that the things that we are supposed to say, that we're supposed to like step out and actually do, is the things that scare the hell out of us. The things that you sit there and you go over your mind, but if I do this, this could happen. This might happen. I think those are the things we're supposed to be chasing down. If the Bible says no weapon formed against us shall prosper, what we scared to chase down those things for? That probably carry our whole destiny or piece of it at least. I do believe that the things that the things that seem so hard, the things you try to talk yourself out of, or you do talk yourself out of, is probably the things we're supposed to be doing. We carry solutions. I hear that the things you carry solutions for are the things that burden you the most. That thing that you be like, oh my God, this is driving me crazy. I don't know. Oh, those are the things you probably have a solution for. And I think that's why some people are more problem than solution, because they put themselves in a position to want to do something because everybody else is. Like, for instance, me, I know what's going on. Hey, Dom, I know what's going on out here in this world, as far as our culture and things. And racial tension and all those things. But I stay out of those lanes. That doesn't mean I'm not aware. It doesn't mean I'm not black. It doesn't mean anything other than that's not my lane. Some of us are built to go out and protest because that's our lane. That's not my lane. But that doesn't mean I'm less of. When people run into doing things that they're not supposed to do, ain't equipped to do, it's ineffective. That's why you see so many people out fighting and burning up stuff and doing all that craziness. They weren't supposed to be out there. I believe there's men and women for the front line, and everybody ain't it. It's not just based on, well, if we all look like we all supposed to be out there. That's my belief. I don't think you can solve a problem with a bunch of problems out there. For instance, in Charleston, when was it Floyd? I think it was when Floyd got killed. And all the way in Charleston, everybody doing their protest. That's fine. I'm not against that. But the problem was you'll have peaceful protests, but then they don't highlight those things. They highlight when y'all go down here and run into these bars and jump over the bar and start stealing the liquor. When you bust in the Apple store and steal all the phones and stuff that got trackers on it, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with them anyway. Those are people that don't need to be, that's not their lane. That is not their lane, and it does not solve a problem. It's kind of along with the lines of picking your battle in a sense. But I do believe that if you have a burden for those things, then you are by all means supposed to involve yourself and get with other solution solvers. I mean, problem solvers. I think that some people are here to help children. Maybe it hurts your heart so bad you can't stand what's happening to these kids. Oh my, it's gut wrenching. No matter what you do, you can't get away from that thought, that feeling. You probably carry a solution. So when we gonna tap into it? 2024, 25, 26? Never? What about now? I think we all know something that we feel like we supposed to be a part of or doing something about. Maybe your piece of what you do goes together with someone else's piece of what they're supposed to do, and vice versa. And then it comes together collectively as a whole. Now we have a solution versus all these other extra parts trying to fit in that don't fit. I think a lot of people aren't moving in the spaces they're supposed to be. So therefore, we have a lot of people that go in and cause havoc, and it never seems like nothing's getting better. Because it's not. Hey, really, it's because it's not. Hey, K Smooth, it's not. Y'all, the weather trying to get me. I'm about to go to the store. I'm sitting right here, Walgreens. I'm about to buy everything I feel. But y'all, we just talking about November and talking about how we gonna start saying no when we need to. We're gonna stop being doormats for people just because we're so nice and kind and can't say no. And we're gonna stop getting mad when we don't say no. When we getting taken advantage of. When we could have just said no in the first place. You know what I mean? And we talking about claiming it now, speaking it now. Ain't no time to wait. What we waiting for? I feel like the time is now. Whatever you've been thinking about doing and ain't did, time is now. Whatever you think you might want to do, but ain't quite sure. Time is now to start, even if it's just a research portion of it. Everything, I mean, saying now don't mean you about to just jump in fully submerged and boom, everything's going to be everything. Maybe you just need to start at that first level now. And it might just mean getting online and doing some research, finding out what it is. Finding out about what it is that you're thinking about doing, how you go about it, what you need for it. It's so many steps to things we're supposed to be doing. A lot of people just jump in and do. But doing it now don't mean doing it all now. It means to take the first step now. When you do that now, you get to the next. What you got them eyeballs up for, really? I've been saying for about 2 months, my next is now. I done moved into a next. Now I'm into the now. Pretty soon, when I get my place, get my job at the salon, and everything start flowing, there's another next coming after that. And then I'm gonna enter into another now. Booty submerged? What? Fully submerged. Life is a big cycle. That's why you see hairstyles coming back. That's why you see clothing styles coming back. Everything goes a full circle and come right back around. How you think all these women wearing finger waves right now? Pin curls. Them things done cycled through so many times. Wide leg pants, they called them bell bottoms back in the day. What they gonna call them next cycle? Because they coming back. Bell legs. I can see it now. Hey, neighbor. I'm just out here speaking to people like, hey, Uncle L. I ain't playing. I live here. Think I don't. Watch. I'm going to have the money I need by Monday, and I'm going to live here. I believe I'm going to live here so much, I'm going to apply. I'm going to go ahead and apply this weekend. And by the time I get approved, all I have to do is pay my deposit. That's right. It's part of my yeah, it's progressing. That's why I gotta operate in now, Gary. I can't wait around till the door shut again. Apply now. Well, I do need a certain sum of money to apply now. That's the only thing. Listen, I would apply the other day, but I still gotta get a little bit, and I got, you got to spread it out and keep a little bit for, living. But I should be able to do it by this weekend. That's why I work hard every day. You know what I mean? There's things I need now, so therefore I got to get out and get it. And it's going to be like that until it gets stable. It's not unstable, but there's work in this. I'm going to call this my harvest season. Because like I told y'all, I learned when I was doing that shop, harvest was not easy. Harvest was not lay down on the bed and everything fall out the sky and it's yours. Harvest was when you had to work to pluck up all the bad things, get it out the way. You had to go and inspect the fruit, throw out the bad, keep the good. That's too small. We can't use that. Donate it to them over there. Harvest is hard. It's plentiful once you get through the harvest season. But you got to stick to it. Like I told y'all, when I was putting that floor down and I wanted to give up on that little corner, and I probably had like 10, 15 minutes to go, everything in me was like, I don't want to do it. I can't. And I was crying and didn't even know I was crying. All I seen was tears shooting out my eyes on that floor. And I'm like, I don't want to. I can't. I could just finish tomorrow. Would not let me stop. Would not let me stop. So I kept pushing. Hurt like hell, but I kept pushing. Knees look like grapefruits, but I kept pushing. What I did learn in that season, I'm strong as hell. Ain't nothing I can't do. So anything I haven't been doing, it's because I didn't do it. It ain't because I couldn't. I didn't do it. And that's accountability. You know what I'm saying? Now, some things I think will not go a certain way when you're supposed to change something. But regardless of the fact, it was still up to me to catch that I needed to change something. And I'm definitely walking by faith, Gary. I don't have anything else to walk by right now. On my feet by faith. Because I know anytime I've needed anything major, I've always had it. Even when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, right in time. But they say he don't come when you want him to, but he come on time. It's always right on time. That's why I know he'll never leave me nor forsake me. I ain't been homeless. I ain't lost no car. Nothing. As hard as it has been, or will be, whatever the case may be, it's all for the purpose. But if I start looking at it differently, now I'm operating outside my faith. Because faith means no matter what it look like, I still believe. No matter what it feel like, I still believe. No matter what it sound like, I still believe. And discernment is going to show me everything that I do need to see. It's going to show me what I need to hear. It's going to allow me to see those glimpses and say, that's not right. Don't do that. Even though I don't have the full big picture, we have a navigation system along the way that helps us if we are tuned in and listening. I can count so many times I ignored those things. And it wasn't just because on purpose. I didn't understand. It ain't no different than when we're in relationships and you see the red flags and then you ignore them, then boom, all hell breaks loose. Now, sometimes we know better after so many flags, the same old flag, yeah. But initially, we didn't know nothing about really red flags until you done went through something. When you go through something, red flags, you're looking like, wait, I remember you, little red flag. The last time you caused me to do this, this, and that, and this happened. Then you slap that flag out the way. That's why I ain't been in no unhealthy relationships. I see them red flags. I'm not closed off. I'm not pushing away nobody that's for me. I'm paying attention where I didn't before. I have a better understanding of me, a better understanding of what I want, a better understanding of what I will and will not tolerate. And that's life, not just relationships. When you know better, you do better. It's not a coincidence I went in another apartment that's similarly priced to this and I got the no on the other ones. They probably was sharper than these. The lady said, you want to see it? I said, no, I'll come back. I'm lying. Like, I ain't coming back over here because I just got the no in my spirit. So I left. The other place, I ain't even going to building because I'm like, I'm going to move over here and somebody going to live on top of me and them kids going to drive me crazy again. Something just felt like familiar. And it was reminiscent of that place that I live. Nice. But for the streets. No, I'm just kidding. Nice, but for the streets. I ain't trying to be out here for the streets. Hey, Diane. What's going on, lady? How you be today? I hope you're well and have found some happiness on this day. We choose happy, so I hope you're choosing some happy today. No matter what. Choose a little bit of happy. No, I'm kidding. It's yours. Y'all know how much stuff that is ours that we don't take advantage of just because we don't choose to. We make a conscious decision to just not take advantage of the things that we've been blessed with. Most time we searching and searching and searching for peace. It's on the inside. Searching and searching and searching for some joy. It's on the inside. So far, so good, Diane. I'm just feeling my way around and trying to get myself acclimated to these I don't know what to call it. I guess the areas concerning like delivery and stuff, like what's hot, what's not, getting the times. Like yesterday I was on Instacart and I noticed that when it started getting a little bit later, oh, them orders was hitting. I'm like, okay, so that means late afternoon, jump on Instacart. That's another. I'm gonna go to some more areas too. I think this week I'll probably, since it's already Thursday, I'll finish out where I've been between Norfolk and Virginia Beach and Chesapeake. Um, Next week I'm gonna go to Hampton. Boy, turn down your motorcycle. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, stop telling yourselves no and not right now. That's a good one, Gary. No, not right now. I don't think it's the good time for it. Why not? Shoot. Now it's a difference in the things that you know you should not absolutely do. But that thing where you just nervous about, scared about, that's probably the best thing in your life right there. Ouch. Thank you, Tisha. Probably the best thing in your life you'll ever do. Like I said, what's gonna happen on the other side? Success? We scared? What's gonna happen on the other side? Happiness? You scared? What you scared of those things for? I truly do believe that a lot of stuff that we are scared to do or don't think we should do. It's those things that God's sitting there just waiting, like, do it, do it, do it. And we be like, no, no, no. Like, oh my God, if you just do this one little thing, I'm gonna do this big thing. Do this one little thing, and I'm gonna do this big thing. This thing that you can't even imagine is so big. You say big. You say big. But my big gonna knock your big out of the universe. They say eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. I know I ain't seen the best what's coming to me. I sow good seeds. And I'm not talking about money. I sow good seeds. I sow kindness. I sow love, peace. Yeah, I do give money to people. I got a little bit and I still be giving some people money. Why? Because I believe in the law of reciprocity. You reap what you sow. You ever had your last $2? No, I'm just kidding. That's a song in it. You ever just been sitting there like, man, I feel like I just want to get this person this. I don't know why. And then you finally go ahead and give into it. And then as soon as you do, boom, 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 you just get like 3 blessings in a row. That's why I still give from a even a low place. You know what I mean? Because when I give from a low place, that means the ceiling is off when I get to the high places. I told you, I believe I will be that person that'll just walk up to somebody and be like, God told me to bless you. Boom. Might not even say all that. Hand on the envelope, blessings, and walk away. And I'll probably hear him screaming in the back, like, oh my God. Somebody just gave me. Yeah, I want to hear that. When people ask me, I don't care what they do with it. Yeah. And I think we were talking about, might have been talking about that yesterday. I was talking about to somebody, like, we miss ourselves out of blessing sometime when we try to figure out what this person gonna do with it, why they need it, if they need it. When it might be just a test on you to see if you will because you have it. I had the incident where the man asked for $19.99 for a fan belt. His wife and kids is stuck in the car. I knew that was a lie. Just like I knew I had put my purse in the trunk with the cash in it and I had my credit card on me. I walked out that store saying I ain't got no cash. Hopped in the car, rolled on out the parking lot, didn't even get to the red light. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. I busted you and went back and gave the man a $20 bill. I actually spoke about it. Oh my God, I know you ain't talking about that man on College Park. He always begging for da. He always doing this. I really don't care. Soon as I went back and gave that man $20, I had $225 on my book. Before I got to the house, right after I passed the spot that I did a U-turn in, my thing started blowing up. So ain't nobody gonna ever tell me not to give. Talking about that with my buddy this morning. God loves a cheerful giver. It don't say nothing about, well, inspect that person, see if they really need it, and then if you want to. I mean, you can do what you want to do. Honestly, you can do what you want to do. But I always think about it. What is it for me? If it's from my heart, what's the benefit for me? I didn't benefit a loss. I'm gonna benefit a blessing because I gave from my heart. No different if I walk up in the church and get that pastor $1,000. He can go smoke crack with it for all I care. It came good from my heart. He got to answer to that, not me. He ain't gonna come and say, "Girl, why you didn't ask him if he was smoking crack before you gave him that $1,000?" He's not gonna say that. He's gonna say, "Good, here you go, 4,000." I'm be like, "Thank you, Lord." No, I'm kidding. But it's the truth. It's the truth, man. Literally is the truth. Why are we talking about that? I don't know. But hey, you know how I feel. If it comes out, then it needs to be talked about. Most of the time, the ignorant people who be on that and probably didn't want to give in the first place. Um, I've had like I really get inspired when I see those videos when people be out really blessing people. And sometimes you know it's an act, but then sometimes you can see the genuine gratitude, or when they start to cry, you feel it. It makes you cry most of the time. And unfortunately, we have a lot of skits out here, but that doesn't change the act of even the skit. You know what I mean? Because it gives us an example of how it should be. Whether it was an act or not, it should be like that. We should see our fellow man on the ground doing something that having a need, and if we can, we help them. It might be $1, but it's a help. Now you got some of these ones out here. I promise you, I had some food, man. You stupid. This see you later, watermelon. This man, I had some food that I couldn't find the person who ordered the food. So I called the people and they told me that I can throw it away, or I can, if I see somebody to give it to. So you see a homeless person, okay, fine. Boom, I see a homeless man. And I rode over there, I was like, "Hey, would you like a chicken sandwich and some fries?" This nigga said, "Nah, what else you got?" And I rode away. Come on, man. I asked another lady. "No, thank you. That's nice. Okay, you're gonna be hungry in about 2 hours. You gonna remember me?" Like I said, there are some instances where you just know better, but I don't think that. Like I used to have I thought it was a good thing that if I gave somebody something, that I would pray that if they did drugs, then it would make them sick. Child, that is a whole curse. I had to stop doing that. Not none of my business. Yeah, man. He said, "What else you got?" I'm looking like, see, them people be having their car parked around the corner while they beg all day, and then they go jump in their car like ain't nothing happened. I bet he did too. Only reason why I ain't eat it because it was spicy, and I don't eat spicy food. Not that spicy. See what I'm saying, Diane? It'd be like just like that. It might not always come back to you monetary, but it may come back in a way that's gonna set you up to be blessed monetarily for a long time. That $20 unlocked the door, huh? Shoot, I be having to like give it to myself. Like, listen, girl. No, I'm just kidding. Let me quit playing. I just like with this move, everything just seemed magnified. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing is different. Nothing has changed about life. I still have the same responsibilities, but everything is magnified that I need to do, that I should be doing. It's just magnified. And I think that's a result of being a giving person. And like I said, that's not okay, let's take money out of it. I'm still a giving person. I try to have the best heart possible. I don't know if something in there that don't need to be. That's why you'll never hear me say God know my heart, because He absolutely does. And if your actions show that you got some old hate in your heart, that's what He know. You think you could be out here just acting all hellish and hellish and hateful, and you think that stuff ain't in your heart? Oh, it's in your heart because it came out your mouth. What's in your heart comes out your mouth. It'll be that part people don't get. You meant it. It was in your heart. And the thing is, you think you didn't mean it because you didn't think about it. No, it came out of your heart. You said it because it's in there. That's what happened. Mm-hmm. I'm saying eating this chicken. Hey, Rachel. We done talked about saying no. We done talked about saying now. You know, we be out here acting like we can't say no, and then we get mad when people don't do something for us in return. You should have said no to them the last 10 times. They're using you. Y'all know that's a thing. Every time you say yes, people come because they know you're gonna say yeah. Say no one time and see what happens. You're gonna be all types of MFs you think you better than. I ain't need your help anyway, stupid. One thing I know is people do to you what you allow. Now, if you just want to be somebody to say yes all the time, that's your business. But don't get mad when people ain't giving you the same thing that you give in return. That's good. See, I told you everything's gonna work out, don't you? That's why you have those tears. Them tears don't be for nothing. Them is seeds too. Them is seeds too. What happened? You gonna get your harvest through all the crying, through all the turmoil, through all the fuss, through all the everything that you had to endure. It's coming to you. No matter what, ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Cause you know why? What's for me is for me. Ain't that what we say? But do we believe it? Thing about it is when we say what's for me is for me, a lot of times that don't have nothing to do with what we want, what we trying to do. What's for me is for me might be something that you didn't think you needed. It might be something that you didn't necessarily want, but it's yours. It's for you. That means no matter what, you can't take it from me because it's mine, because it's for me. You can't tell me not to do this or do that because it's for me. And then it's the coolest thing when those other things that we didn't know was for us, we figure it out. It's for me. On top of all those things, that too is for me. That huge thing that someone gave me was for me. That huge thing that I was scared to walk into, but when I finally did, I realized it was for me. This apartment complex, I'm sitting out here looking, knowing I live here before I apply, is for me. I'm not driving past this place, not even on purpose, every day for no reason. I have rode past these apartments every day since I ran up on them the other day and I went in here. Y'all was online with me when I went in and did the tour and stuff. Every day after that, I've come back around. Not intentionally. It's like I'm in my hood. I'm learning around, going a little down side streets and stuff already. I ain't even been here a week. If y'all know what I know, y'all better start saying no and speaking now. When you about to now? When you think you're gonna be ready to now? When do you want it now? Only you know what you want. Oh, let's change the word want to expect. What are you expecting? Because it could be some stuff we want that we should not have. But I do have things in life that I expect. I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting the God to bless me with those things. I'm expecting to have the best financial season of my life coming here shortly. Starting now. You think I'm gonna come all the way out to Virginia and start talking? I hope I get this. I hope this happens. Woo! I hope this happens. It's happening. It's happening. Only thing I got to do is keep moving. Keep being obedient. Keep operating and understanding that the way has already been set for me. That's why I'm now driving and things seem familiar. Path is set. And I'm on it. A lot of our path is set, but we just sitting there, scared to step out, scared to walk. If I can drop everything and pick up and move somewhere I never lived before, surely the little things on the home front, y'all can knock out the box. It don't take that much to do things from a safety place, a safety net. My only safety net out here is God. I could wake up tomorrow and have nowhere to stay. But that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen no matter what. One thing I can say about moving is at one point I thought, wait, did I make a decision ahead of schedule? Is this something I'm supposed to do? And when I rechecked that, I went back. Like, okay, I don't think I made the wrong decision. But I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna clear this with the good man upstairs. Like, okay, sometime I'll be jumping quick. Okay, God. You know me. You made me. You made me this way. You made me that fearless type to jump out before she think about the safety nets and all that stuff. Risk taker, go getter. I ain't do that this time, did I? And if I did, I digress. Please get into position and lead the way. And to this day, I don't think I made the wrong decision, but I know when I made that declaration, make the way, everything started to fall in place. Everything I need to see, I see. A lot of things that I say, I'm seeing. That's why I know that what we say is so important, is so powerful. If we could just see how powerful we are, a lot of things that grind our gears wouldn't grind our gears, because you would insert your power. I'm not giving my power to people who are choosing to be powerless, because I think all of us are powerful. All of us are powerful. It just depends on how you use your power. You got good superheroes and you got villains. If you're a villain, then you're using your power for the opposite team. You're a superhero, you on the winning team. When you tap into that and you start to see those things happen before your eyes, it don't do nothing but increase your faith. When I tell y'all my faith is on high right now, I don't care how scary it seems, my faith intact. I don't care how nervous I feel, my faith intact. Because I'm looking at those nerves as excitement, because I know what's about to happen. I'm not looking at it as a fear. I don't fear anything. I don't fear anything. God. And that's out of love, because I know He'll never hurt me. You know, we do have those people like, the Bible say you ain't supposed to fear. Well, how come you fear God? It's a reverence. Same way you fear your mama and daddy, because you know they'll bust you down real quick, pop you in your mouth. Same thing. Y'all really think that everything that happened to us sometimes don't be a consequence of an action we took? I really think the devil paying that much attention to you? One thing I know for sure, if you already living out of line, out of purpose, out of obedience, He ain't coming for you. For what? What He got to do? Kick the chair from under you? Okay. Mm-mm. That's why I know my fight about to be real. Because I'm unwavering. I'm not allowing anything from the outside to deter me from what I'm doing and where I'm going. That's the stuff that make the devil mad. When you're not fazed by outside chatter, when you're not fazed by outside influence, when somebody can push every single button in your body and you not lose it. To say you give your lemons, make some margaritas, let's get drunk. I think I'm gonna go have me some margaritas. I feel like today I just need to take a break. I ain't worked as hard. I had a goal that I needed to meet so that I can be on the other side of something I need to be on the other side of. I'm on the other side of it, which means I can get up in the morning, hit it hard. No interruptions, no nothing. And we have to know those times too. When to take that little woosah moment, because those times is when you power up. Those times are when you get those strategies. When you're going and going and going, you're not clear. You can't hear. You can't see. You can't stumble across something on your phone when you're just in a hustle and bustle the whole time. My grind is not nonstop. Sometimes you gotta stop. Just like you can't drive a car past it empty. It's going to stop. We the same way. We run out of fuel. Then you gotta go back and plug up, recharge, and get strong again. We can't operate in weakness either. You don't get to go all day, every day, all day, every day. You know, grind till I fall. When you fall, it's gonna be hard if you don't take those breaks. What you working on ain't going nowhere. Your fall might be final. Have to take care of yourself. You have to allow yourself to think outside of what you're trying to do for a moment at least. You don't want to be overconsumed by your goals. You don't want to be overconsumed with work. You don't want to be overconsumed with all that stuff because you still have to have the operating power in your brain to actually navigate through these things. That's why I always know when I drive somewhere, when I get sleepy, it's time to get off that road. Pull over and do what I need to do to power up. Gary was on the phone with me the other Sunday when I drove to Atlanta. I got sleepy halfway through the trip. Oh yeah, I pulled over, did what I need to do. Then I got in the car and hit that live button. Cause I know might not know it. Only time Gary don't show up is if he didn't get the alert, or I'm pretty sure if he's busy. I don't think I've ever had a live that Gary didn't show up at some point in time. And I appreciate that. I knew if nobody else came on that live that morning, he was gonna come. But those are the things you gotta have in the back of your mind when you gotta push through. When those moments aren't there for you to stop at that moment and take that pit stop, that rest stop. What do I use to now help to propel me through, at least to the next point that I can stop? We got those sources all around us all the time. It's time to tap into those things. By this time, we should know who is helpful and who's not, who's harmful and who's not, who's toxic, who's not. And you can add what to all those things. But when do we start to be like, okay, I got to put that to the side because that don't mean me no good. Keep it moving. A lot of times we get stuck because, well, number one, we ignore a lot of stuff. But I think we also get stuck because we think we're supposed to be this never quitting machine, this nonstop, gotta go. Yes, I'm a go getter, but I also know when to sit her down. Our body don't work like that. You ever been doing something, doing so much of something, and then your body comes to that point where it says, shut off. It don't matter what you're doing, you will not be able to keep going no matter what. I don't like that feeling, and that's what I'm trying to avoid from here on out, for real, for real. I don't want to do anything that's going to burn me out. I don't want anything that's going to cause me to not be as alert as I should be and possibly get hurt in the process of trying to do too much. We are protected. However, we also allowed to do what we want to do. So of course we make bad decisions and do things that we shouldn't have did, then we get consequences. It ain't they did it to me. It's a consequence of something you did or did not do. That's the gist of it. But I believe I've come to the end of my words. And these French fries is so good. From the Wingstop. I definitely would get some more fries. And I don't even eat fries like that, but I like these fries. And they good after they got cold. But yeah, man. Like I said, it's okay to say no, and it's time to start saying no. If you ain't got it, say no. If you can't do it, say no. If you don't want to do it, say no. Because the one thing about doing something you don't want to do, you're not going to do it to the fullest, and you're not going to be happy about doing it. Stop doing it to yourself. And stop being afraid to say now. When you going to do this? Now. How long you think it's gonna be before you do it? When you gonna start? Now. Hey, Queen. How you doing, Butters? I'm stretching. Oh my God, that crack in the back. I gotta find a chiropractor out here. Yes, Lord. We saying no and we speaking now. Have not because you ask not. I think somebody said they don't like that statement, but it's the truth. Closed mouth do not get fed. And it ain't necessarily that you got to open your mouth to your next door neighbor or your brother or your uncle. Open your mouth to God. It's called pray. Be more strategic. Be more specific in your prayers. Or Pacific, as my old first lady used to say. Be more specific. Be more intentional. I don't care if that prayer is 3 words. Be intentional about it. Be faithful with them 3 words you're supposed to say and watch him add 50 more words. And you ain't even know you was going to say that because he know your heart. Hey, word. Don't y'all know that God, I believe he even answers the prayers that we don't speak, specifically because he does know our hearts, especially when it's things that is in his will. I think that it's us that don't get it. I think it's us that use things so cliche-ish. Cliche. You know what I'm trying to say. Cliche-ish. I think we use those words just because it's cool and we heard it all our life. Power, I mean, we hear it. It's in the word. Death and life lie in the power of the tongue. We say it because we heard it so much, but do we really believe it and know it? Have not because you ask not. We done heard grandma say it so many times, it's just a habit now. But what happens when you tap into it and see grandma was right? Because there's a whole bunch of stuff grandma be wrong about. That's why a lot of people out here messed up now, following behind man and not God. Because grandma said it, so they believe it over God. Man, I don't care if your grandma leads you the opposite way of God, then you need to get on the right side of right. Get out of doing things in tradition and religion and allow God to speak to your heart so you can know that although mama and grandma meant well, maybe they didn't know. But when you find out on your own, you are now responsible for those things. You now have the ability to go back in and speak those things over your own family that were not spoken over you, or undo the things that were spoken over you by those who meant well but didn't have the right understanding. That's why we pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So we don't make the same critical mistakes that our elders made. Not saying all of them made bad mistakes. I'm just saying some things when you come into the know, you be like, man, so that was wrong what grandma told me. And it don't make grandma a bad woman. I'm just saying, what if grandma had tapped into it like you did versus what her grandma told her? And so on and so forth. Want to break a generational curse? Break it. Do something different than what your grandmama did. Do the opposite. Don't be sitting up there talking about, well, everybody in my family got high blood pressure and that's why I got it. When you can change it. Change what you eat, change what your whole family eat. Guess what? You just broke something. It stopped with you. Do different, do better. I imagine all of our people, all our mothers, fathers, grandmamas, all the older people from that are here now or that have passed on. I imagine They all want us to do and be better than they were. Even the greatest of them want us to be better than they were. That's why I always say I want the longevity. My example would be my parents' marriage. I want the longevity of it in the parts that I thought were the greatest parts. But me learning relationships and my own self, I see the parts that I feel like could have made it stronger. Were they good? Yeah. But there's so much stuff that I didn't tapped into that had my mama tapped into it. Ain't no telling what more they could have been. That's why I always tell my kids, you can be like me, but please be better than me. If you're doing what I do it better than me. If you want to teach the way I teach your kids better than me. And then keep telling your kids that. That's how you break those chains. You do it better than the last. You do it different than those before you. You take what they did that you can use, and then you add what you've learned in life, and you combine it together. Now you got your own thing to start as a tradition for your family. I believe there's good tradition. I believe there's bad traditions. But it's up to us now to tap into the rightness of those traditions. Make sure that we're not leading them astray or leading them into brick walls. A lot of us don't know basic things because we only been taught to the extent of what our family knew. It ain't that they did something wrong, they didn't know. I learned that myself. I can only teach you what I know or what I've been through. I can teach you to the best of my ability, though. That don't mean I know everything. And it doesn't mean I'm steering you wrong. It just means that once you're taught something, you still have a job to expound on what you learned, finding out more about what they said. Yeah. You gotta you know, you know how I feel about that, girlfriend. Just move in wisdom. Make sure you pray with every step and think about what your granny, those things that granny did teach you that are very valuable to you now. I think I told y'all about my mentor. She always tells stories about her mama. I remember my mother told me her mother died at like 49. That's young. So her being 51 now, and she's always referring back to something her mother taught her after she didn't outlived her mother. That woman had a lot in her at a young age to be able to give these valuable lessons. I learned so much through her based on what she say. I remember my mother told me. I remember my mother told me. I'm having those moments now where I didn't understand what my daddy was telling me or my mother was telling me. But now I get it. It's that aha, wait a minute. They were teaching me something. I ain't understand it then. Why? Because it's for now. It wasn't for then. You remembered it though. They say train up a child. Some of us are walking into those trainings right now. We're on that swing around and coming into it, coming back to it. We're remembering it. Now we're getting in position to do those things. We done ran the course of doing what the hell we want to do. We done ran the course of, being a wild child, hellion, doing all this stuff. Only to realize you got to come back around and do what you were first taught anyway. And nothing's wrong with that. Because it adds value to your testimony. It adds to your story. That's how we're able to do it better than those that taught us. And we should be paving the way for our children, their children, do it better than we taught them. But you got to recognize where you at in life. We say stuff like, I sound just like my mama. I think that's that moment right there when you're returning. When you start sounding like your mama, you're returning to what you've been taught, what they raised you with, the values they raised you on, the things that got on your nerves and you start doing now what your mama did that pissed you off and you start doing it. I think that's when we come into that space. That's our takeoff, I feel. That's our takeoff to become the matriarch in our or the I don't know what the man called y'all. My words is missing me, but you know what I'm saying. The leader. No, I'm just kidding. The head of the family. I just told them my uncle's transitioning. Don't know how much time he has, but it's like there's a generation gone. Now I'm left. I'm one of the older ones. My cousin. We're all in a different position than we were in the last 3 years, which means all the younger people are looking at us for wisdom. Now we're tapping into what our parents taught us all those years growing up, and we're giving it to them. Yeah, we do become that person. No, you're not too young. You're only 46, so walk in it. You ain't got to be 78 to give wisdom. You can be 25. If you got more wisdom than your aunt over there, then you're the one supposed to do it. I ain't gonna have y'all jacked up if you don't step in. I learned so much from my children. And I know it ain't nothing but God, because some of that stuff I'll be like, well, how you know? It's awesome to me. But I also hear the things that I did speak into their life, but I didn't understand what I was doing. I didn't understand why I said certain things to my kids when I used to say it back when they were little. Now here they come into their 20s and 30s. I'm like, oh, I remember I used to say this. Or they be done reminded me something. I remember you used to always say. Some people don't think they're doing a good job with their kid because that kid is acting crazy, out of control. That kid has his own journey. You're a good parent. It ain't you. It's the fact that we have to let them go and make their own way. If we could, we would stop our kids from doing everything that they're going to do that's going to bump their head, especially when we see it or we done did it. But if you've ever told them consequences you had to deal with, they might still do it, but they might not. Only thing you can do is let them go through their process. They're going to be back. And they're going to be in the position you in the next 20 years. They're going to be sitting there telling their kids about us. Coming into that same life cycle. It's hard. It's hard to understand something to you aware of it. Experience brings the awareness. So even though we told things, it's hard to understand until you experience it. I agree. And then sometimes it just don't make sense until you are smack dab in the middle of it when you trying to figure out what to do, and then all of a sudden you know what to do. You ever been in a situation you don't quite know what you're gonna do, but then all of a sudden it seems like you just know because you were taught, probably at a little young age. We were equipped. Not to mention God, He stepped in like that, yeah. But I think He brings those things to our remembrance. They use your head more than a hat rack. Hey, the weather feel. I'm probably gonna have to give me some hats. I'm not used to the cold no more. It ain't even that cold. But yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I ever say anything that might help anybody, but I pray I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come on here and be the same person every time I hit play. Y'all gonna get inspiration, y'all gonna get motivation. Y'all gonna might get me pissed off sometime. Cause I'm me and I'm human. You might get a whole comedy show, cause sometimes I just be crazy like that. I like to make up songs, I like to sing, I like to joke. I ain't all serious, but I do want finer things in life, and that's not just material. If it said He wants us to have life and life more abundant, That means that we're supposed to be living. How do you get a more abundant life if you're not living? If you're not maximizing your abilities, if you're not tapping into the things that are already there for you? We be waiting and waiting and waiting on stuff when it's already there. Don't touch my cereal. No. Right. One path to God, but we all got our own path. That don't make it many paths. It just means we all have our own. You know, a lot of people think it's several paths to. No, man, it's one. One path to God. But who's to say how many different ways he can use to lead to that one path? We all go in the same direction, hopefully. I would like to believe that. I would like to believe that. But I guess right now, only thing I can say before I get off here is know that you are equipped. There's nothing that you have need of that is not already in your possession. You just have to learn how to tap into it and use it, how to apply it. Remember those things you were taught. See how it fits in and how it will work for you. Do the best you can do. Because what I know is everything we can't do, that's when God step in. And sometimes he don't step in till we done did everything that we can do. So we can't say I can't. You got to do your best every time. Do your best. If you want him to hurry up and do something, then do everything you can. Because he going to snap right in as soon as you get to the parts you can't. Perfect. The word. One path, many roads to travel. And I think we just all have our own specific road. You know, I'm not gonna jump on your road trying to get to that path. We all right here on the same passing, crossing each other in the same world, you know, until we get done with being here. At the end of the day, I'm sure we all hope to be in the same, you know, on that one path, you know, when all these paths come together and we realize it was just one. We were just extensions of that one. We'll be good. Mm, I like that. We extensions of the path. That one path. We are extensions. Set us out here to just live freely and do the most. Have what we, man. Ain't nothing worse than a person say, wait till I get my mansion in heaven. I'm just gonna settle down here right now. He coming soon. Boy, please. You won't wait 1,000 years and die with nothing. You better get busy. Ooh, if you waiting on the Lord, you might not have till tomorrow, and you might have another 100 years. So you better get busy. So you done had greens. Now they you was saying he wouldn't work now. That's funny, watermelon. Diane. That is so cool. And I ain't even an animal person, but I see how people love their animals. I don't hate animals, but I ain't about to buy one. I ain't raise my kids. That lady like, you can have pets here. I'm not paying for no pet. Goldfish are good. I ain't coming home, that baby be floating on top of the water because I done forgot to feed them. I be having to remember to feed myself. Some people are just existing and not living. And I don't think some people know the difference, honestly. I think a lot of us are afraid to live. Like, let your hair down. I'm like, go ahead. I mean, if it's a season for you to go out here and F up, go F up. Do something, but live. You know, you got to come back around. You going to suffer some consequences if you choose to go and F up. But I'm just saying, live. It's part of the process. We have to learn. If you were, let's say, 30 years and up, and you done made so many mistakes, Your life should, man, what's stopping you from applying everything you learned from those mistakes versus just sitting there and say, yeah, I remember this happened. Girl, I taught me a good lesson. Okay, what you gonna do with the lesson? That's why we go through all that stuff. To learn something and then do something. It ain't for you to just be like, oh, okay, I learned not to do that again. That's it. I'm always looking for the lesson in my mistakes. So much so I don't believe I made a mistake. I believe I just hit a road that I was supposed to be on at that time to gain something else. Yeah. Double in here? Oh, y'all just speaking from back in the day. But yeah, man. We all got it. For real. What you gonna do with it is the question. We gonna waste it or we gonna use it? The more you don't use it, the more you holding up some other people, because whether you want to be or not, you are here for somebody else. Your testimony is not for you to hold on to. And life is to live so you can build on to your testimony. My story will be great. I promise you. And I'm not shy. I share a lot of my testimony. I don't think I really shared a lot of testimony on here, but I know I will as later. Because I'm pretty sure some of the stuff I done had to deal with, other people done had to deal with. I hear other stories that I share in common with people, but it ain't my time to speak on that. But when it is, I will. Most are stuck in survival mode and don't know how to switch into living mode. Thus, existing becomes a normal and living becomes a dream. I believe that too. I think, I don't know. I think in living, we become automatic survivors if we choose to. But that doesn't mean you just cruise right there. That means you live with that, with those things in you. You can live because you know how to survive. You live because you exist, not to exist or to survive. You live because, well, I survived, so I'm about to live my best life. I exist, so why not live? Sound like a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but it's the truth. If you breathing, you're more than existing. If that's the case, hang yourself on a coat rack and don't do nothing. Chill. Do nothing. Just pay your bills electronically. Don't leave the house. Don't do nothing. I'm hoping to have myself set up to when I do become a grandmother, because I'm not yet. Hopefully I do. But if that don't happen, then I guess that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I want to be able to do things with my grandbabies that maybe I didn't get to do when I was younger. I didn't get to go on a plane until I was 25 and flew out myself. My kids will probably travel with their kids because they do a good job of it right now. They go out the country, they travel. So that's a good thing. They did get that little bug for me. But I still want to be able to take my grandbabies on some trips. So I'm trying to prepare that now. I want to be like, hey, y'all, let's go to Florida. And I want to pay for the whole trip. Well, they might have to pay for their own plane tickets, but I got my grandbabies. If it's something that my kids are going to pick up and carry on, then I need to get busy. I want them to pick up more than what we got right now. I don't want them to get 50 and be like, aha. And I think we halfway there, They get it. They're amazing. They're awesome. Good children. I wouldn't even trade them. I ain't had to bail nobody out of jail. Maybe one time. And that was for traffic. That boy act like he did a bit, y'all. I don't know why boys be like that. They be just embellishing stuff. This fool put his mugshot on Facebook. I'm like, if you don't take that shit down, put your mugshot up like you wasn't in jail for driving without a license. Get out of here, man. Why boys do that? Out here, whole trying to act like they thugged out. Well, you was a good kid. Cut it out. Too funny. Too funny. But again, let me do my second close. I know we always have like 2 to 4, but I do need to get rolling. I'm about to see what this Instacart do before I go in the house. I'm gonna try to get in a little bit early so I can do some research tonight and actually find a few salons and visit tomorrow, and plan my day out. Cause like I said, today I've been really on chill mode, just kind of feeling my way around and things, and making a little money as I go along. But tomorrow, the weekend, that's when the money really starts turning up. So I got to be ready. I can't be tired. I got to get out here and get it. Cause I got to come home right here soon. But I do appreciate you guys for coming through for my Meek Talk. As always, I hope that I said something that resonates with you, make you think a different way, maybe change your perspective on some things, or maybe even just encourage you, inspired you to do something different today than you did yesterday. Maybe see something that you didn't see before in yourself, and it sparks something in you to live and do and go. And remember to say no when you feel like it, and say now when they ask you when. When you gonna do that? Now. Why? As always, you are more than welcome to hit the Cash App. But that is not the most important thing over here. The most important thing is to hit the share, like, and subscribe button and tell a friend and bring a friend. And I can't wait to speak with you guys again, which will probably be tomorrow. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate y'all too. I'm about to go and talk some people because I haven't really had a chance to talk. Like I told you, I wanted to connect with 5 people today. I've been just going and going. So I ain't really been in a setting to just kind of mix and mingle. So I think that I'm about to, as I start to navigate home, I'm going to stop somewhere and just converse with some people. Make some friends. Y'all know what I say. Hi, my name is Meek. You want to be my friend? No, but seriously. I'm out of here, y'all. Let me go before I'll be in a talk for 20 more minutes and then went into a whole nother, I don't know, sermon. No. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.